guys, welcome to another episode of Youngish, and with myself, Onika, and
Alright.
So we are here again for another week, and guess who is back? Bright Lips is back. Okay.
Making an appearance yet again.
We heard y'all.
Yes.
And we changed, okay?
Yes.
You said we didn't see Bright Lips, so we're giving you Bright Lips now.
I've got a lot of them coming. You just gotta be patient. You gotta be patient with me. You gotta be patient. But I promise you, there's a lot more where this came from.
So we heard you.
Yes. You were heard, and we are now delivering. So you are welcome. Yes.
But no, this week has been so crazy. Like, I'm so happy that we got to meet up again.
Yes.
Because it's been like non-stop this week. I feel like every day I'm doing something, and I won't lie, sometimes it's like it gets to you because you're just like, I'm doing so much work and like nothing is coming from it. Like, it's like, oh, it's like, you know, when you do like, you work out so hard for a week and you go on this scale and it's like you only drop 0.03 pounds. You're like, what the fuck? That's me.
Yeah, I know.
In like every aspect, even the weight thing. I gained 20 pounds. I'm like, no, okay, let me eat healthy. So I'm eating healthy for like a week and I dropped a pound. I'm like, that's it. I'm like, I gained 5 pounds in like 2 days. How come it's taking me a whole week to lose 1 pound?
Yeah.
Man.
It takes time.
I know.
It just takes time. I know. It's hard, especially like right when you start and you're going so hard in the beginning and you have your diet together, you're working out, you're like, I'm doing this, I'm good. It's like been like 2 weeks, you're like, okay, I had to have lost like 20 pounds.
At least it should have
lost
20.
like 3. It's like, and it's like, what? I'm done. Let me go get a pizza.
I'm suffering out here. Like, I'm suffering.
I know.
And it's like, ugh. Yeah. But I've been in my food bag though. Like if some of the recipes I've been cooking, I'm like, okay, Onika.
Yeah, I've been seeing you chefing it up. I'm like, okay.
I'm like, I try a little saucy. I'm like, So
girl,
I've been a little excited about that part, but the cooking all the time, like I can't. Like I feel like I need to start actually like I've been meal prepping, but maybe for like 2 days, and I think I need to do more than that because after those 2 days, those meals, and I'm like, I have to cook again.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Do what I do. Like, I spend one whole day and I'll cook like 4 or 5 meals.
Yeah,
and like,
I think that's what I need
not
to
like
do.
the whole day, but like pretty much like 3/4 of the day.
Yeah.
Bang it out in one day and then just freeze what I need to and like refrigerate what I can. And then it just makes it so much easier because then you don't have to worry.
It has to be for convenience because I'm a convenient eater. Like it has nothing to do with anything being super healthy or like fast food. I don't care about what I'm eating for the most part. It just needs to be easy access to it where it's like, okay, I'm hungry, there's food, good.
And it's no stress. You have no stress because it's just like, okay, you just got to take it out, reheat it, make like a little small salad or something.
That's what you work on because like, I'm like, this week I've been doing too much. I've been doing this. I've been doing my personal one. I've been doing the nonprofit. Like, it's just...
Yeah.
I can't. I'm a busy woman, guys. Busy. Girl,
how when you gonna have time for a man and you're so busy?
Right? Like... Or maybe I'm so lonely that I'm making myself busy
I know.
So the colder weather comes, I'm like, it'd be nice to cuddle with somebody.
We need to find Onika
who can I enjoy hot chocolate
okay?
with by a fire watching Christmas movies? Like,
yes, I know. It's okay. All of this working hard is going to pay off, so don't worry.
Yeah, and then my mom...
And I'm just joking. You don't need to stop your life for a man. Clearly. But
maybe a little bit at night.
Find her somebody.
No. Don't say this, because if my mom hears it, she's like, yeah, we do. Like, this week, she's like, where's my grandchildren? Are you going to have a... She's like, I hope I didn't scare you away from having children. Yeah. I'm like, no. I want children. I'm like, but find me a baby father and husband first, because like, it is hard out there.
Did you see that meme? Did you see that meme? And it's like the girl, and she's like laying in her bed, and it's like, me, find me a man, and then a man, hey, me, no, not you.
That is me to the T.
I know.
No,
I was
it's
dying.
me to the
I was
T.
like,
That's how I am.
I know.
It's so bad.
That's what it made me think of.
That's like everyone's like, oh, you probably have so many people in your DMs. I'm like, do they count if I don't respond?
Right.
Like,
oh my god.
I don't think so. I don't think it counts.
Sorry. Literally, that's what I thought of when I. That's what I was thinking of. The girl, me, hey, not you. Definitely not you. Oh my god, sorry guys, we're not mean. It's just like I love memes. Honestly, memes, I live for memes. Like, please send me memes in my DM. That's my love language. That's my love language. You want to make me laugh.
I know,
please
I'm like,
send me.
I kind of like this guy. He sends me memes.
Right?
Like, that's like one of my thoughts.
honestly, like, I
love
God,
it. The social media age. Funny. Like, I'm so sad.
Seriously. I mean, if I'm going to be on it, at least make it worth my time. Yeah. And let's die laughing together. And then,
seriously,
we'll build up to everything else.
Start some good conversational pieces. Yeah. So you kind of learn a bit about each other based on your reactions of certain memes. Because sometimes I'll send some things, like, just to be like, what is he going to say back? Like, what did you think about this topic? Right? Sometimes I'll ask you specifically, I'll send you something like, so what's your opinion on this?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
No, we do that all the time.
Yeah.
Honestly, the only thing different for me this week was it was my birthday.
Yes, it was our birthday.
But I didn't get to do it like I wanted to do. But it was okay. Like, honestly, I wish like I could have had you guys.
I know.
For my theme. So I had like one of those, like, I just did like an indoor picnic. Like, I had, like, flowers and balloons and all that stuff. It was really cute. You can check it out
her on our Instagram. And on our Instagram, we posted it. _XII_IV. It
was just really, like, it was pretty. Like, I love, like, flowers and stuff like that. So I really wish that you guys could have been there. But obviously, because we're in lockdown and with the restrictions, I couldn't have, like, people over. So it was whatever. Like, I really enjoyed it. It was nice. Like, I had a good time. It was me and my sister. It was nice. Like, I couldn't really ask for more.
It was really cute.
I'm sure next year, like, most of us who had a birthday this year had a birthday in quarantine or in some kind of a lockdown. So I feel like we all just need to celebrate all of our birthdays next year.
And I feel like my birthday
for the whole year.
And my birthday's going to be the same thing. It's going to start it. That they're extending the lockdowns until January 20th in Toronto.
Oh, so for sure. 100%. There was no way they were going to release it on December 21st before Christmas. Definitely not.
Like, all the way to January 20th. Like, guys.
I know. And then it's going to go till February. Like, let's be real. But it's okay. So no, it's okay.
I'm sad.
It's okay. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Because this is my big 3-0. Like,
I know.
Whatever.
But it's okay.
Small things. Small things.
It's okay. First world problems. We will make the best of it. It's going to be great, Honestly, like, I had so much fun. Like, even though I just celebrated at home, like, I had, like, my little rosé sangria that I made. Like, it was great. I had my shisha. I was chilling. I had food. Like, it was just nice. Like, I moved the table. I made, like, a little whole outdoor setting.
Yeah, it was
For a few hours, I actually felt like I was outdoors having, like, a little Lux picnic. It was really cute.
You took yourself out of
the home element. Exactly. Because I, moved the table and, like, set everything down on the floor and had pillows and, like, the flowers, the fresh flowers. So I really, like, I created that whole element of actually being, like, on, like, a picnic. Yeah, and, like, I opened up the windows and the sun was shining. I was just, like, listening to music in my own little world. In my head, I was, like, on the coast.
Dance party
I was on the coast of France, just like, ooh. I'm like, nobody can tell me nothing. I'm just going to open my eyes and I'm just going to see the love of my life just walking by on a horse on the waters. But
really, in real life, you're just watching them on TV.
I know. Girl, I'm in France right now, okay? You're just ruining my whole, like, my moment. My eyes are closed. I was just like, ooh, in my little groove. But
I'm dead.
Sorry, guys. Let me come back to life real quick.
Like, snap out of it.
Somehow, everything goes back to, like, the love of our lives and, like, dating. And it's just so funny.
No, we should call them the Desperate Diaries at this point.
Nobody is desperate, though. No, it's just like, it's getting cold. It's like, it's
no, that's
winter,
what it is.
And winter's so romantic.
I'm going through we need to, like, coin it as something like the Desperation Winters or the Lonely Winter Blues.
I know, like, really, it's so true.
The Cuddle
SADS
Blues.
is a real thing. Like, seasonal depression, like, this is it. Like, the winter really, really gets you in your feelings.
Yeah, and then plus all these lovely Christmas movies come out with all these, like, super
and they're all rom-coms. Why is every Christmas movie a rom-com?
No, literally,
I don't get, like, Christmas horror movies. I don't get Christmas sci-fi. It's like every single Christmas movie is a freaking rom-com.
It is.
It's already cold outside.
Every single one.
Sitting here eating, like, well, me, it'd be dairy-free ice cream, just, like, and cookies, like, dairy-free. But, like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to be eating this junk.
I don't
have
anybody to go figure skate. Well, everything's closed anyways.
I know.
But, like, what if I want to walk around in the snow and accidentally fall and then have someone catch me?
So you could be there, like, in despair.
Or How I Meet My Husband when I fall on ice and also some handsome gentleman walks up. Hey, miss, are you okay? And I look up and then look into their eyes.
Oh my God, I can't.
I'm okay.
Yeah, but the funny thing is,
not gonna happen.
It's never like that though. Like,
please, they'll laugh at it. No, they'll probably laugh at us.
Like,
kick us down.
Envision it
probably
like you
steal our purse.
You envision it like you're falling so, like, gracefully and seductively, but how you really fall is like, whoa! with like the ugliest face. Like it never happens like it does in movies.
Because
like,
I'm so clumsy.
Yeah, like
I'm not graceful at all.
Girl, I remember the first time. Was it the first time that I went ice skating was with my ex in New York. And I remember, so I went to visit and we went ice skating in Central Park, and I hadn't skated in so long, and he was so good. And it was just so bad because I kept busting my ass. Like, I was falling all over the place. I was like holding on to him, and I was like, it was not attractive at all. That's what I'm telling you. But you think the fall is like so graceful? Like, I'm falling. No, I was like, just like falling all over the damn place, looking like a fool. Like,
you should.
And I used to be able to skate, but I just hadn't skated in so long. And
you should see me when I go roller skating. Roller skating is so tough as hell. I don't care what anyone says. At one point, my ex had to like try to teach me by like a little kid, you know, when you hold the hands and he's skating backwards and I'm like holding on. That was us, the skating rink. Like, it was embarrassing. Yeah. But I feel like he enjoyed it. Like, oh, I'm helping her skate. Yeah. But really, I was embarrassed my whole
I'm telling you, the fall was not graceful or cute or sexy. Like, I was just like,
everyone knows I'm clumsy as hell. Like, there's no. I wish I was more graceful. Like, oh my gosh. Sorry, actually, I stubbed my toe.
Honestly, movies are so full of shit. Everything's just like so perfect.
And honestly, I feel like everyone doesn't even take me seriously because I have a bad habit. I have a bad habit of doing that little screams when everything happens. Like, if I drop something, like, ah! Like, I scream for everything.
I'm so animated. You know that. I'm so animated.
It's like when you see me, you don't think I am. And I think maybe that's why they get so confused because they're like, oh, she's like so like, you know, da-da-da-da.
Oh my God,
I'm like, ah!
I know.
For everything.
No, I'm the same.
Because I remember, like, the one guy was just like, he's like, what happened? I'm like, oh, nothing, I just dropped my remote. He's like, and you scream for that? I'm like, yeah, sorry. Oh my God. So now he ignores me. Like, if I ever scream, like everyone in my life is, if I scream, they don't even pay attention.
You're so dramatic. That's what they say, right?
Yeah. I have to like go back and tell them if I scream something actually happened, I have to be like, guess what just happened? Because they'll ignore me. They won't even ask. They won't even care. They just assume like I'm being dramatic.
God. I'm the same. I'm so animated. Like, I don't know. It's hard. I don't know. That's just how I communicate. Like, I scream, I yell. My face is really animated. That's why I like can't hide my feelings.
That's why sometimes when I watch back these videos, I'm like, ooh, Nika, relax.
I know. Same. I'm like,
my facial expressions, I'm like, relax. Oh my God, I think I'm doing it now. Oh okay. But yeah, no, that's
I get like lost in a daze and I'm just like, girl, get it together.
Like, get it together. Y'all, like, watching back ourselves is not a fun experience. No. Let me tell you that.
No, it's not.
Y'all may enjoy watching us, but we don't enjoy watching
No, yeah, it's not.
It's so funny. That's like the ones listening at home on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You guys are lucky because you get to listen to our lovely voices.
Seductive.
I'm gonna start talking like this, like, hey guys, welcome to Youngish with Onika.
Okay, we're not the sex infomercial. Like,
speaking from past experience, I know how to do it.
Oh, well, okay, well you need to follow up with that. You can't just be spilling that kind of tea and not getting into it.
Hey. Welcome to 1-800. I don't even know what to say from here.
Girl.
5 cents per minute. Call me back. But yeah, no.
What was your name? Alexis?
I don't remember what I used.
Mercedes?
Oh God, hell no. Hell no.
God,
it's so bad. Like, my grandmother didn't even want my name to be Onika because like people are gonna nickname you Nikki, right? And I never really took it in, but I'm like, yeah, a lot of people do call me Nikki. My grandmother didn't want my nickname to be Nikki because she's like, that sounds like a stripper's name. So when my mom tells me that, I'm like, I feel like Nikki's such a standard name.
It's such a regular name.
Like, if it was Diamond or something, like, okay,
yeah, like Diamond or like Mercedes.
Yeah,
or
but like Nikki?
Yeah, no.
It's not that bad.
Portia, like, you know what I mean? Those kind of, like,
no offense to those people that are named.
No, of course, they're beautiful names. But I mean, like, that's what you think of when you think of stripper names. Not Nikki. Nikki seems so, like, regular,
a lot of
normal.
them have those names. Like, I don't know, do you ever watch the P-Valley show?
No, you told me about that last time.
I scooter, I hump back, Mississippi.
Where do I get it on? Is it on like Amazon or?
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay, good. I have Amazon. I never watched shows on there.
It made me want to be a stripper. I won't even lie. The money that you could probably make being a stripper and doing those tricks on those poles. Like, I think I just want to do the tricks. Like, I don't even care about stripping. I just want to do the tricks.
Who are you lying to? You're not getting on no damn stage.
I know, right?
Exactly.
I'd have to put on like a whole new. I'd do a wig with some dramatic makeup, some icon. No one needs to know it's me. Okay,
yeah.
Nobody. But no, I'm just like, I'm so boring. Because I'm like, I think about it, I'm like, what did my morals do for me? My morals didn't make me money.
Girl.
My morals did not make me money. If I was just like, yeah, let me do whatever.
Yeah.
I could have been rich out on these streets.
Girl,
whatever.
I'd be like Queen of the South.
That's seriously.
I'd be trying to run a cartel. Like that. That is exactly what I would be wanting to do. Like,
what has my morals done for me?
If I was gonna do anything like along those lines, it would be like leading a cartel.
We're gonna end up being moral and broke.
What? Trust me. Honestly, if I could have it my way, yes, I would be Teresa Mendoza.
I know.
Like I'd be on some Queen of the South type of shit.
I know,
but
that sounds like maybe we need to marry somebody that's not as moral as us that can make them money. Those 6-figure digits. Those 6-figure digits.
Oh,
which reminds me of like, did you watch the video of the dating expert and how he's talking?
Oh, the rude guy.
But first of all, you're a 5'6" at best.
He was so condescending. The only thing I didn't like though is I didn't like how he kept referring to black men and you black women. This is why you black women. I didn't like that.
Oh,
he kept saying that. Yeah,
I didn't watch the full thing.
So I don't know if he obviously has some kind of animosity towards black women because anytime he would tell her about herself, he would say like, "See, this is why you black women," and he kept saying "you," and I was like, that's very like anti-black for somebody who's black. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, his whole tone. I'm not gonna say that he wasn't making some good points. However,
yeah, because
he was very aggressive.
Yeah, because some of the things he was saying is like, I can see where you're going with it. 100%. My problem is his tone.
Yes,
he was very condescending,
very,
as well as he's making men seem so simple. Like I don't know, making it almost like caveman, like me man, me like women this. Like that's what it was. And it's like, I get it, and a lot of the times we do that where we put men in like this simple little linear box, like, oh, men think like this.
Yeah.
But that's not the case.
No, of course not.
And sometimes I think men like to point on that too, because in that way, if they do something wrong, they can get away with it, saying like, well, like I didn't realize. No, bitch, you did realize. Like, you knew that doing this stuff is not gonna make me happy. You can't pretend like you didn't know. But they play on like the fact that we think that they're ignorant when we know that they're not, because they're not. But no, that guy, like, I don't know, it was just,
he was rude.
He was out of pocket.
Like,
and especially like putting about like the mothers, like if you're a single mother, like,
again, like, not he called her a baby mama on the internet. Like, I mean, just the way that he said it, like he said it was in such a like derogatory term.
Yeah, it wasn't even exactly what he said.
It's how he said it. Exactly. Like 100%. He was like, oh, you think a 6-figure man is gonna want you, a baby mama? And I was just like, whoa, like that was uncalled for. Like, you asked her, like, once she said she had a son, you were probing for more information. And the thing I didn't like is, like, he just, like, the whole time from the beginning, it's like he was mad that she called in on a day when it was, like, he said his, like, discussion Tuesdays or something. He was more upset at the fact that she didn't book, like, an actual session with him. And that she used his time where he was like speaking to the public. And it's like, okay, if you were angry about that from the beginning, you should have never continued the conversation. Because it's like he kept getting more and more upset with everything that she was saying. And she not once like got angry. She didn't get loud. She wasn't like aggressive towards him at all. Like, he was just constant, like, he just kept beating her down. And I didn't like that, because even, like, the whole comment when he said the whole baby mama thing, he was like, oh, you're a baby mama. You think a 6-figure man wants you? And you're 35. You're old. I'm like, wait a second, 35 is not old. And she said that she has been making 6 figures for the past 3 years. So it's like, it's not like she doesn't have a career, or she's not making the same kind of money. So for her even wanting to, attract men in that caliber shouldn't be that out of the ordinary.
Yeah, because it's like, I'm trying to find somebody that's on the same playing field I am.
Right now, where I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that becomes the whole argument where I feel like a lot of these guys feel like women are looking for money just on a gold digger tip. Like, they don't want to do anything for themselves. They just want somebody to pay for them. And that is true. There are some women like that.
Of course.
Hands down, there's some women like that.
Of course.
And that at that point, those women become more of a liability instead of like an asset.
Of course.
But most of those men that do that are okay with that.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. For each their own. Like, I don't know why everyone's so fixated in other people's relationships. For each their own. If somebody wants to marry somebody that's not on the same level as them, that's up to them. Like, honestly. Exactly. But it's like, it becomes this whole thing where it's almost like, is this a race issue? Because I feel like other cultures and other races are allowed, like the women are allowed to have these expectations.
Of course.
Like they are allowed to look, like a lot of those marriages, they won't marry you unless you make a certain amount of money or unless you have a certain position or unless you're in a certain position of power.
Yep. But
for some reasons, like black women, as soon as we have any type of expectations, it's like, how dare you?
Yep,
like,
exactly.
How dare we have some type of expectations for our partners?
Exactly.
It's like we're in the wrong, and I don't understand why that is the thing.
No, it doesn't make sense, because I've seen it in other cultures and like obviously other ethnic groups where the woman doesn't have to bring anything to the table but her beauty. And that's okay. And she can seek someone who is a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer, without having a career of her own, without having anything to really bring to the table but her beauty and her looks. So it's like, why is it in that case they're not held to the same standard? Because even in that interview, like he was belittled, he would belittle her the entire time, and he was very condescending, and he was basically so fixated on her physical appearance, and he wasn't actually like acknowledging the fact that, you know, okay, yeah, it's a dog grooming business, but so what? She's making 6 figures. But he kept, like, it was just that condescending nature. It was like, no, it's not good enough.
Superficial. That's why I'm like, it bothers me, because again, it made men seem like they are. I do believe that men are more superficial than women are in terms
100%.
of appearances. I do believe 100%. That. 100%. However, that's not all that they're looking for, because they can find 5. They can walk in Toronto and find 10 beautiful girls in one day. But what differentiates the 10? It usually has to do with personality. So it's not like they're completely blind to that. So the way that he was asking in questions and saying, it's like, it's pretty much just saying that men only care about the looks.
Exactly. Like, that's what he kept going back to. Like, he was, and that's why he was like so fixated on her physical appearance. And he basically, oh, you're a 5'6" at best. And then he's telling her like, oh, don't make me have to say it again, or don't make me have to. And it's like, first of all, and then he goes on to say, oh, but like, you're wearing, when you take off your hair and when you take off your lashes and when you take all that off.
And
like,
this is when it becomes like, he's obviously does not like black women.
It was an attack.
Is he married to a black woman?
I doubt it. Because
is he even married at all?
He's
giving a dating advice, but is he even married himself?
I don't know, because they were ruining him in the comments. When it was on, I think, Shade Room, it was on one of those like blog sites, and when it was on one of those sites, like, the comments, they were tearing him apart, because they were like, you're one to talk.
Yeah, I read one and it was like, who are you to talk when you're sitting in a closet?
Yeah. No, like, it's like he was, his whole demeanor was very, very anti-black. And it was like, for everything that she,
not anti-black. For all of her, and I feel like people need to get that straight.
But for him it was, because he kept saying, you black women.
But that's anti-black woman.
Yeah, of course.
Not anti-black, because I feel like even when people say that they're pro-black, they're not always pro-black. They're pro-black male. I think that's a big misconception, because a lot of these black men say that they're pro-black, and I don't believe they're actually fully pro-black.
No.
Because they allow all this disrespect towards black women, and they do all this, and they're not there to help them. No. Compared to when I say pro-black, it means I'm here to protect black youth, protect black males, protect black females. I'm doing it all.
For everybody, yeah. No, he was very anti-black women, because he kept saying that. He kept saying, oh, you see, you black women, this is exactly what happens. Because when he asked her about, the thing I didn't like is when he asked her about her son and the relationship with the son's father, she said that they don't have a relationship. And then he goes on to say, oh, with your deadbeat baby father. Like, he already started creating all these narratives in his head, and then he went as far as to say,
he was stereotyping her.
And then he went as far
as she's a black woman.
Yeah, to say, see, you black women, you make these kinds of mistakes where you have children out of wedlock with these men. Like, he already had a narrative about who she was without even allowing her to get there. And that's the thing that I didn't like. Aside from he did have a few good points. However, his delivery was very aggressive and it was very condescending from the jump. So, like, I didn't like that. I didn't like the way that he was communicating with her, because he was anti-black women.
No, you can tell.
Like, why does any of that matter?
Like he was disgusted with her.
Yeah, he was repulsed by her. Yeah. He was like anytime she would say one of her accomplishments, he was just like, oh well, it's a grooming company. You didn't start
People make
Microsoft
millions off of drop shipping. Like,
but he was like, oh, well, you didn't start Microsoft, and you're considered old. Do you think a 6-figure man would want you? You're 35 with a deadbeat baby daddy. I was like, oh my God, like, and then she was being so like, you know what I mean?
She stayed calm the whole time. I don't know if I could.
She was laughing it off. Like, she was. You could tell she was uncomfortable. But instead of getting defensive, like, she was just like laughing it off, and she was making it like, you know, you could tell she was just trying to play on. She obviously didn't want to play on any type of stereotype. But I'm sorry. By the end of it, he needed to get cussed out. Like,
yeah, I know.
He went disgusting. Way too far with the disrespect.
I need to go back and watch the full thing because
I was like,
I don't know if I can.
No, you're gonna be pissed off because like there's just so many points in it where he's just like so anti-black women. Like, everything that she said, he was just trying to like. He was just like he wouldn't even celebrate any of her wins. It was like, it wasn't good enough. Everything that she was saying. And I'm just like, why are you even still asking this man a question? Like, no, get off the line.
I don't know how she stayed on that long.
She took too much disrespect.
There's no way I'd be on that line for that long.
She took way too much disrespect.
That stuff, I'd like, excuse you?
Yeah, like it was like, no.
But again, it's just like, it sucks because again, I feel like there's a higher standard for black women, and it's just like we have to do more to be seen as acceptable. And it sucks because like there'd be guys I'll talk to, like friends or whatever, and they'll be like, oh, like you notice that they don't date black women when themselves is black, and then they'll give you a list of all the reasons why they don't date black women, but when they're talking about other women, I'm not hearing those same type of lists.
No, of course not.
So they'll like, it's not like in general what I'm looking from a woman. They go like, oh, what I don't like a black women is that they wear weave.
And it's a long list.
Oh, that they do this. Oh, but a lot of them don't cook. But meanwhile, they're dating this white girl that wears extensions, doesn't cook. All she does is order from Uber Eats. Like, I'm like, what? Like, I'm so confused.
There's no standard.
I'm so confused.
And that's the thing. When it's a black woman, it's like, there's such a higher standard to uphold. Like, the expectation is so much higher. Like, you have to be able to keep the house. You have to be able to cook. You have to be able to be strong. Like, the list is so long. I feel
like we're not allowed to be, you know, the whole damsel just...
Yeah, of course
damsel
not.
Stress. We're not allowed to be the damsel.
We're too strong.
Because other races, I feel like they are allowed to. Like, a lot of these, let's say, pro athletes marry these, like, other women of other races, and it's okay that they're a stay-at-home mom, that they don't do that they have the nannies or whatever. But as soon as a black woman does, it's like, oh, she's a gold digger, she just married him for his money,
trifling,
and
she has a nanny. She doesn't. Why does she have a nanny? She can't take care of her kids. Like, it's like that. It always gets like this negative connotation to it. It's just like, it's tiring, to be honest. It's very tiring.
And I feel like a lot of black men don't realize is that when you, like, I'm not saying you should settle with anybody, but I'm thinking that, let's say you are a 6-figure man, I don't think you should limit yourself to dating only 6-figure women.
Of course.
The thing is that sometimes that woman has not had the chance to show their true power. Because I feel like as women, one of our main jobs, and me, I can just say me personally, is I like to better everyone else in my life. I like to better my friends, my relationships, everybody. So it's like, if I'm dating somebody and I know you want to do something, I will help and push you to do that. I will do some extra research with you. I will keep motivating, like, oh, so what is this? When is this coming? And have you done this yet?
Yeah.
And so your 6 figures, we can make that 7 together. Exactly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm there to help you and push you, and I'm hoping you're going to do the same for me. Because maybe I am only making, like, 5 figures or whatever, but you should be able to help me as well so that we can both be 6 figures together.
Exactly.
I have my own 6 figures, you have your own 6 figures.
Yeah.
So I don't think it has to do so much with the money aspect of it, but I think it has to do with the personality. Like, are they ambitious? Do they want more out of life? Are they motivated? Can they help motivate you? Because I feel like when you're looking for a partner, you're always trying to look for somebody that can make you better. And I feel like a lot of people are forgetting that aspect.
Yeah.
And they're looking at everything face value. Like, what does she bring me right now, not compared to what we can be together.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge issue. So if anyone asks me the question, do I deserve a 6-figure man? Hell fucking yes, I do. Hell fucking yes, I do. Of course you do. You work hard, girl. I work hard. I will push you to work harder.
Yeah.
And we'll be fucking amazing together. So yes, I do deserve a 6-figure man.
And I mean, on the flip side, like, there's a lot of them who don't even want all of that. Like, they are just like, they're on a superficial level where they just want a trophy wife. They just want somebody who looks good, somebody who, you know, when they walk into a room or they go to a restaurant or they go to their conferences or they travel.
Where do you think the whole trophy wife thing came from?
But
like,
that's what I mean.
That's what it is.
But and that's the thing. Like, not every six-figure man wants a partner like that. And a lot of times they're very intimidated by a partner like that.
Yeah.
They would rather someone who, you know, only looks good and only serves that specific purpose.
Yeah.
They want the trophy wife. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And even for her, whether she makes the six figures or doesn't make the six figures, like, it's up to her whatever she wants to aspire. But the fact that she actually does make the six figures and has been making it for 3 years and wants to level up and date somebody of her own caliber, like, I don't think that, you know, anybody should definitely, especially not somebody who calls himself a relationship expert, should try to belittle somebody or like make those kind of condescending like comments where there's a lot of men who would find her beautiful. He's telling her she's a 5'6" at best. However, another man could be like, wow, like she's exactly what I want. She's a 9'10".
A lot of men that think I'm like a 3, so okay.
Girl, for every man there'll be 10 who think you're a 10, so don't even worry about that. But yeah, like, I mean, his whole stance was just, it was disgusting. Like, it was disgusting. For somebody who calls themselves a relationship expert, like, you were way too fixated on her physical appearance, and like, that didn't sit right with me at all.
And I'm thinking, I'm like, that's kind of scary, the fact that he's a relationship.
Yeah, like, who are you giving advice? Who's paying you?
I'm like, and I'm worried because if you're
that's why he was mad.
If you're getting men this type of advice, like, I'm scared.
Yeah, he was very like,
I'm scared because now I'm gonna have to deal with a man that's gonna try to belittle me. Hell,
right?
no.
Like, no, absolutely not. I don't know who's paying for that guy's sessions, but please, like, get your money back.
But he almost has like 200,000 followers.
I know,
which is crazy.
He has a lot of subscribers.
But then again, it's this whole like,
it's scary.
I don't know.
It's really
this whole
scary.
new like insole simp movement is scary to me.
Refer back to episode 1 for simp.
Do not get me back on that simp topic because I can go on for days. That red dot scariness. I didn't even know about pill. Sorry, the red pill.
I didn't even know about that stuff. Like,
don't. It's a bad rabbit hole.
I think I was off social media when that whole thing was like.
It still goes. Just pay attention. If you go on Twitter, you see some guy saying something super sexist, just go to his page, you'll probably see that red little circle. Then you go to who he follows, and you find another one. Then you find a big author with like millions of followers that has a book. Lord. There's this one creepy guy. He looks like he lives in his mother's basement. And he wrote a book on like how to be a man and how men are this and women are this, and like it's just it. It was scary. I was like, and the fact that he'd write this stuff like women don't deserve your love. They just it's like stuff he says is crazy. And then you go in the comments and the men are like, yeah, you're so right, and da-da-da. I'm like, this is so.
We need
scary.
more positive black male figures, honestly. Like,
and we also need stronger, more confident black women as well.
We do. We just need better role models in general, because clearly, like,
and if you think about it, like, if you think about all our couples, like, so if you go on like E! News and look at all the couples on there, they're all nice, like all good stuff, like, oh, introducing a new baby, blah 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 blah. Then you go on like the Shade Room and Ball Alert, it's just mess. It's on top of drama. Mess. On top of mess.
Drama.
On top of... So she was my favorite character, Larsa, a.k.a. Larissa.
Oh, goodness.
With her, like...
And the thing that's the worst part about it is,
she's getting 6-figure men and she don't deserve that.
Girl, but, like... Because she's beautiful. Like, let's be real. Like, I mean, honestly, like, just... I would not want to be, like, in my 50s or, like, 40s, and like my kids are in their 20s, and they have to see me all over social media.
3 years older than her oldest son.
Yeah,
like, that's,
like, I don't want my kids like seeing me every day on the Shade
Room and
Baller Alert and like all those kinds of places. Like, I don't know. I feel like, you know, especially like as a mother, you gotta uphold yourself in like, you know, a way that, you know, your kids. I don't know. Maybe the younger generation is different because they're so used to getting all their information online, and like they live online, and this whole like gossip culture is their culture. But like, for me, I don't know, it's just weird. Like, I don't want to see my mom on Baller Alert. Like, it's fucking weird. Seriously. Weird on the Shade Room gallivanting with like basketball players my age. Like, no, that's weird. I don't know. Like, that's too much for me.
I can't. Like, even just the Toronto or Canadian comedian, Maja Hype or whatever his name is.
No, he's not from here. Isn't he from New York? Major Hype?
I swear it's from here.
No, I'm pretty sure he's from New York.
Anyways.
Well, he's Caribbean, but I'm pretty sure he's like been in New York this whole time. That's how when I was living there, I found out about him.
I swear someone told me he's from Toronto, but like...
No, I'm pretty sure he's from New York.
But have you heard what's going on with that?
Girl.
I'm so disgusted. I can't.
You know, like, because I used to like him. I used to think his skits were so funny. But, like, I don't support any type of domestic abuse.
No, and then now he's doing revenge porn. And what disgusts me...
Which is a crime.
Yeah, but what disgusts me is specifically the women in those comment sections.
Yeah.
That are talking crap about her, saying, oh, well, this is what happens when you sleep around or when you cheat.
Yeah, but it was from like 10 years ago. She said that. It was from before him.
Thank you.
So, like,
thank you.
He's trying to spill this narrative.
Septic, let her suck. I don't know why women are so bothered by other women's business. So, like, in one of the comments, like, because, like, oh, she has another sex tape. She has another sex tape. That's like 3 men. I'm like, okay.
Wasn't it only one?
No, there's new ones that released. There's like 4 new ones that released like yesterday or something like that. But then they're like talking about it. I'm just like, so what are you guys, virgins? Because what is your issue?
I'm pretty sure you guys are doing a lot worse. Like
thank
behind
you.
Closed doors.
Thank
but you're so concerned.
So I'm like
that's
technically
ridiculous.
we know of her sleeping with 4 or 5 guys. Like, is that, and she's 40? Like, is that really that
like,
crazy?
That's not bad.
Like, what if those are the only guys she ever slept with?
Exactly. And that was
like 4 or 5
she
guys.
even said that was way before him. These videos are from like 10 years ago.
Because he stole her phone and he took everything out on her phone, like, which is crazy.
Because she had pictures of the abuse, right?
Yeah.
That's what she was saying.
So he deleted those pictures, and then he ended up finding these ones, and then he released them.
Yeah.
So anybody, and so I'm like, oh well, he said that she cheated on her. I'm like, first off, that does not excuse him hitting her.
And I mean, we're not her friends, so we're not like,
still
we're just saying based on what information is out there. You know,
he's still denying that he even. Or no, he never even denied that he actually hit her. If you watch the videos and all
he
stuff,
hasn't said anything
he hasn't
about
actually denied it, which means he probably did. Sorry.
It's a hot mess.
And then he's using, like, so anyways, cheating does not let go of the fact that he abused her, supposedly.
Of course not. It doesn't excuse domestic violence.
Or the fact that he actually released those videos. And she has sons, and I think the oldest son looks like he's 14, 15 years old. Yeah. Which means, I'm sorry, he's about to go search up porn, and now he can accidentally walk and watch his mother's video. Yeah, it's just like, come on, disgusting. You're so disgusting. I don't care.
And he's old, too. He's not young. Yeah, he's not no teeny bopper either. He knows better.
These women kill me, because one girl's like, oh, well, shake my head at her, da-da-da-da-da. She shouldn't be cheating. I'm like, girl, that I don't care what the fuck she did. That is disgusting. What he did is disgusting.
To be honest, like,
I'm so disgusted. Like, talking about it bothers me because it disgusts me so much, and the fact that people are trying to like stick up for him bothers my soul.
And if it was before their relationship, so like,
I don't even care if it's within. I don't care if she cheated on him.
But the point is, he's trying to. But what she said on her page was that all of those videos are from before their relationship, but he's trying to paint this picture of, oh, well, she was a hoe and she was cheating and she was doing this and that.
But the sad thing is that it's working. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these. Well, you're saying that people in the comments are eating it right up.
People are eating up, and to be honest, when people are talking about them now, it's not talking about the fact that he hit her.
Yeah.
And she has photos showing it, but it's more about the fact of her sex tapes. Like, the whole conversation skewed from domestic abuse to now sex tapes.
Yeah.
So he did exactly what he intended to do.
Exactly. But that was his angle, right? That was the narrative that he wanted to spin to make himself look better. And girl, I don't know. That's just like, it's just too much of a mess. Like, this is why I don't film no videos. I'm not gonna let nobody film no videos. Like, I'm just not with the sex tapes and the revenge porns and all this stuff. But the thing is,
it's not even like that's the issue, because obviously
I just don't.
Pictures,
period.
And she never released it. It's a psycho ex that decided to go on her phone and release it.
But I mean, I'm just saying in general, like, this is exactly why I don't like any of it.
Well, that's why I tell everyone, I'm like, if anyone's gonna send those type of pictures or videos, just know in the back of your mind that one day
there's
a
possibility. Exactly.
So
that's why I don't sext or any of that stuff, because no.
Yeah, see me?
You never know.
I've always been the person where it's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Because, again, if I took that picture and I sent it out, if it gets online,
you're
I'm
okay with it.
And if someone says anything, I'll be like, big fucking whoop, you haven't seen boobs before? Like, you can watch a friggin' movie on... If you watch HBO, you've seen more porn than anybody else. So it's like, what are you worried about? Like, you worried about these boobs? Like, they're nothing special. Like, I don't really care for the most part.
Yeah.
But just the fact that he did it is just so disgusting to me.
Yeah, no. I don't want anyone to have that kind of power over me.
Yeah, but...
Where it's like, I'm going to release those. No.
Yeah, no. Anyways, she can live her best dick-sucking life. Okay? Hashtag live your best fucking life, because
honestly, people are grown. Like, everybody in the comments, like, you guys are grown. Stop with the whole talk and the slut shaming.
Are they virgins? Like, I'm confused.
Like, come on. Like, that's what I don't understand is all of, like, the slut shaming. Like, where is that coming from? Because, you know, you'll be doing some freaky things behind closed doors, so stop it. Like, you know, whatever people do in the privacy or whatever, like, come on. Like, don't try to slut shame them for that. They were in a relationship. Mm-hmm. Whatever she was doing outside of it, even if she was doing it during, outside of it, whatever people want to do behind closed doors, like, let them do. But for women that are in the comments slut shaming, like, you should be ashamed of yourself, because who are you? You're not God. And you're out here having sex out of wedlock too.
And honestly, it's like, wasn't like she's doing anything super crazy to me. So I'm like, if y'all don't even do that, then you guys are boring in bed, and I wouldn't want to see that. So keep that to yourself, because
I don't know,
your sex tapes would be boring as hell.
There's just too many trolls. Like, I don't understand why
social
people
media
are
gave
so
people
pressed.
a voice that some of them should not have.
Right?
Okay,
like,
no, everyone should have a voice, but maybe not all your opinions should be voiced in certain circumstances.
There's just too many trolls. Like, I just feel like the comments are so negative. Like, even when you go on, like, any of the, like, those posts, like, even if it's, like, Shade Room, Baller, like, TMZ, even if it's E! News, like, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's, like, a more uppity one or if it's, like, a more hood one. It doesn't matter. Like, there's always trolls. People are trying to put together a whole life story based on one image. Like, it's crazy. Like, did you see the Simone Biles, the picture she put up?
No.
Of, like, her and her
boyfriend.
Her and the boyfriend, and, like, somebody put in the comments, like, she put up a picture of him and her, and then somebody put in the comments, he never posts you, and she clapped back and was like, I live with him, he doesn't need to post me. I'm like, ooh, yes, sis, yes, because people think that they know your life off of social media, and I was like, yes.
And, like, I think people forget that. Like, I don't know how, like, I don't know if I really care about being posted or not, but also you have to remember, like, he is, what is he, like, a professional trainer or something like that?
I don't know, he's fine.
Yeah, he is kind of cute. I won't even lie. But, like, he has his own brand.
Yeah, of course.
And the thing that's different between female brand and male brand is that a lot of men have to come off as being single.
Yeah, or not single, but, like, focus on themselves.
Yeah.
Like,
compared to girls, where it's like, we will follow other female influencers when they have a boyfriend, be like, oh my God, I love their life.
Exactly.
Oh my God, their clothes. Oh, they're a cute couple. But women aren't going to follow men when it's like, oh, but he has a girlfriend. Like,
and, like, sometimes it's just that, like, sometimes you want to keep your page to, like, a certain aesthetic. Mm-hmm. And, like, the way that you do the colors, or you'll have, like, a quote today and, like, a color, and it's like, we're going to do this scheme and that. And sometimes, like, the two of you on the Saturday at the vineyard, like, it doesn't fit into your aesthetic, and I get it. And, like, and some people are just private with their private lives. Like, we all know that they're dating. It's like, we don't need to be bombarded with it. And some people are like that. Like, some people in the relationship like to post a lot, and some don't. Now, that's completely different than not posting anything and trying to hide and pretending like you're not in a relationship.
He's not an influencer, and he's not posting you, girl.
And he's not okay, maybe he's not putting you on the main page, but you're in the stories. Yeah, like, exactly. If you're not on the main page, but you're in the stories,
make sure it's not close friends either. Because,
because I mean, that could take us down a whole other rabbit hole. Because, like, when you're not posting,
or block everybody so no one can see it but you.
You're acting single. It's one thing to, like, be in a relationship, but acting single online, like, that's different. Sliding in girls' DMs and all that kind of shady stuff, that's different. But, like, I understand some people are just not very, like, I mean, I'm very private. Like, I don't post people that I'm dating. And, like, or if I do, like, it won't be the face. Like, I might just post, like, us hugging, and it's, like, the head down, or, like, the arms, and, like, you know what I mean? Something like that. Because people are just, I don't know, like, there's just too much bad eye. And, like, you know, sometimes people pretend they want the best for you and they don't, and then, like, they're looking at your life with all their, like, you know, bad eye and jealousy and envy and, like, you know what I mean? I don't know, I'm just, like, a private person. When it comes to something that I really love and, like, I hold very close to me, like, I don't want to share it with the world. You know what I mean? That's why I've never wanted fame. I want success, but not fame. Like, I don't want people in my business. Like, I don't know, I just don't like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are, like, super private for things.
Not, like, super private, but you don't need to know what he looks like, and you don't need to know who he is. That's why I like guys that are not known, like, outside of the scene. Like, I like just, like, you know, guys that don't even have social.
To guys that have social media too much, but then I'm also wary of guys that don't have social media.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'm like, what are you?
I know, but I like it when they don't have social media.
Yeah, but a lot of them don't have social media because they have a wife and child at home.
Yeah,
and
that's
they're trying
different.
To keep it
that's
secret.
The acting single. That's the acting single.
That's why sometimes I'm worried. I'm like, like, that's... it's one of those like weird, because before I'm like, if they don't have social media, I'm so happy. But then after I'm like,
but then there's all those also ones that don't have.
The one that was cheating on me for the 2 years, he didn't really use the social media too much, and it's probably because that's why, because it gave him a relevant excuse. Because it's not like it's someone that uses it every day and you're like, why aren't I posted? Why aren't I da 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 da? But someone that barely uses it, you're like, okay, well, he didn't post himself even. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But little did I know it's because he was playing tricks.
Exactly.
So
yeah, that's a whole different
it's such
thing.
a hard thing. Like,
that's the acting single.
Yeah,
in a relationship, but acting single. Single
like
to the world.
I like the social media thing. It's like I don't know.
No, I like it when they don't have social media, because they're just like, they don't care about that stuff. They're like more kind of off the grid. Like, I like to live in the moment and take pictures and just enjoy.
But I think that's a false narrative, because I feel like you can do that and still have social media.
I don't think so.
Because I have social media, and I feel like I still live life.
I don't know, but maybe, I don't know. When I was off social media, like maybe for me personally, like the 6 months that I was off social media, like I didn't even want to get it. I only got it back because of the podcast. And I feel like I was so much more in the moment, because I was like taking actual pictures and videos and capturing them in the moment, and not like capturing for the lighting or like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like,
see, and I think I
don't know.
I think I use social media a lot for myself personally.
Yeah.
And that's why my stories, like, you'll see me in every which way. You'll see me with a face mask on. I don't care, because to me it's like a real life journal, in a sense, that what I'm willing to allow people to see.
I think because you're more open.
Yeah, because I'm not so worried about like, oh, what did they see? What did they not see? Oh, did they see this? Like, I'm not worried about that. So I think for me, it's not, because I feel like for some people it is almost like a duty or a job for them. It's like, for me, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I don't think it takes away from it, because I'm not a person that I have to post everything anyways. Like, even if I am having an event, I'm not worried about, okay, I need to take a picture to post on. So, like, I'm not worried about that.
I guess everybody uses it for different things.
Because everyone always says that. Like, I was listening to one podcast, they're like, oh yeah, get off social media. Only use social media for work purposes, or else you're not going to be successful. I'm like, I don't believe that's a thing.
I think because you're probably one of like the small amount of people that don't.
I would even say small.
I think a lot of people, I don't know, I think for most people on it, they like would agree that it is distracting. It can be very distracting.
Everything is distracting.
But not
you
as much
have
as
to
social
have some
media.
type of control over how much you're letting social media control you.
Yeah.
So that is not saying anything against social media. That's saying something that you need to work on something yourself for the most part. Because if you're not able to balance it, that's something that you need to work on, because there's other things that you can fall into that trap.
Yeah.
So that's saying, everyone, when they say that, I don't believe that's a thing. That's like saying that, oh, when you play video games, it incites violence. Like, no, it doesn't.
I mean, I think a lot of people say it, and that's how they feel, and that's
to say that's a personal thing.
Them,
I don't think it should be as in, if people use social media, they're not productive, or they get distracted.
No, but nobody said they weren't productive.
No, but I gave you the example that someone did say that if you use social media, they're not things. So I'm like, I don't believe that.
I don't know. Maybe just for you, it's like that, but for me, I believe it.
Yeah, that's the same. Personally,
personally, but that's what I said.
I'm saying nobody said a lot of people.
No, but I think
definitely.
Think so. I think there's a lot of people that have made that reference though. So people I feel like
you might have heard, but you don't hear other people saying like. That's the saying. You hear people saying the negative, like, oh, this caused me this. And like they always say, when people have things, they always remember the negative more than they remember the positive.
Yeah.
So no one's going to be like, you know what? Social media has taught me a lot, because it offered me to learn new things, offered me to see more people. I see some inspirational motivations. I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, this is something I need to change in my life because I've seen it on Instagram. No one's really seeing that as much as they're saying, okay, it's done this for me. It's made me feel sad. It's made me feel insecure about myself because I'm seeing this. Like, more people are focusing on the negatives more than sometimes with the positives.
I think because you see more of the negative.
No, you remember more of the negative.
Yeah, because I feel like I see more of that than positive.
I don't think so. I think, for example, again, for me personally, I think equals. I remember the more negative stuff because that's the more stuff that causes emotions and reactions.
Yeah.
Compared to positive. When I'm scrolling, I'm seeing happy cousins. I'm like, oh, that's cute. Double tap.
Yeah.
I scroll. What? Little baby cheated on Jada? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm remembering those things more than I'm remembering like that couple that was looking all peaceful together and beautiful together.
But maybe that's how you've set your Instagram in a way of like the things that you follow. Because, like, I had to clear out my Instagram for it to be, like... When I came back after my, like, social media detox, I went through it, and I, like, cleaned it up a lot and made sure that it only reflected on things that I was interested in. And I feel like now I can take it it's been a lot easier.
Yeah, I think we all need to take some type of check on what we are doing with social media. I do believe that. I think because I did the same thing, like even especially during quarantine, I took a big look at who I'm following.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like influencers that when I was looking at their stuff and their personalities and stuff, I'm like, ew, I do not fuck with this. And then I unfollow them because it's like, I don't want to see that type of negativity. I don't want to see that type of whatever. Like, I don't want to see it.
And sometimes you can't help it because it's like, it's literally everywhere. It's on the explore page. It's here. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what I mean. Like, for me, it was very distracting before, and then I got off
where we
of
had to take mental checks. Like,
and I came
back. If you are feeling like this is getting too much, you need to take a break from it.
Yeah.
Turn your social media off for the day. There's even a thing that has a notification of how long you've been on social media for the day. Maybe because I think even Instagram, I think you can set an alarm, or on your phone you can put a timer on how long you are on it before it stops.
No, I don't even use it that much. I'm just saying, like, it was just nice. I feel like it was really good. It really helped me, like, just being off of it and, like, you know, focusing on other things. Because I feel like, especially depending on what you use it for, like, if you're using it for business or you're using it for other things, like, some people are on it like 24/7 and they have to be, so it's different. But like, I don't think I was like, I think I did used to use it a lot, but I needed the time away from it to kind of detach, because I feel like I've been in a place where I was getting to a point where I was using it a lot. And then once I detached and I came back and I detoxed and I like cleaned out all of the different pages, because I think that's very important too.
Yeah, because you want to set your boundaries with it in a sense.
Yeah, you want to follow things that like are important to you and make it like curated so that everything that you are seeing on it is positive, because it can get very negative if like you follow all of those like main pages and blog pages and like, you know what I mean, all these like social media influencers, and you see the lifestyle and everything, so it can get negative, and people will only take the negative from it because if it's everything that you're seeing. So it's definitely important to like detox and like clear out your page, make sure it aligns with your interests and the things that you want and what you want to get out of it. Because I'm not saying that it can't be a bad thing, because you can learn so many things by having it. There's all these different types of like, you know, like mortgage influencers if you want to buy a house, and then you have like coding classes, and there's people that teach all kinds of different like programs and stuff.
You pretty much have to let it work for you instead of you working for it.
Exactly.
Essentially. So you just have to optimize the use of Instagram and not fall victim to the nonstop of everything. Because honestly, sometimes even it's like too much information. Sometimes I feel like it's like information overload. Like, but I'm tired of seeing this shit. Like, I don't want to hear it anymore. Like,
and then it's like all of them. It's like you see the same story like 5 times.
And then like it just it's like PTSD of Instagram. Like, you see the one story and you're like seeing it again and again. You're like, oh my god, like this one guy they were talking about, the 6-figure guy. Like, yo, how many times I've seen that video?
But you know what? I couldn't find it. I had to like really look for it, and I'm glad that it wasn't easily accessible.
I've seen it so many times, and I haven't, and I only listened to it like one time, and other times that's when I'm like, I can't even remember full details because I'm like, I just can't listen to this guy.
No, I watched it again, and I was very disappointed.
Yeah,
he was just like his tone was just really disgusting.
No, whatever. He's a loser. Sorry.
Like, please don't take.
Do you deserve a 6-figure woman?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you don't have one either, so who are you trying to come for?
6 figures himself, so like, relax,
Sit down somewhere, sir. Like, before you try to come for a woman that actually has it,
like, right? I can't believe he's getting at her business. Right? Like, shut up.
Oh well, it's a dog grooming. You didn't start Microsoft. I'm like, whoa! Like, when did you turn into negative?
How many
Nancy?
people started Microsoft or any equivalent companies to that? Like, get out of here.
Yeah, he was just way too negative.
No, he was, and I definitely think it was his animosity towards black women, just like 50 Cent. Sorry.
Oh Lord, not that idiot.
Had a name drop there a little bit.
that man like boils.
I could do a whole conversation about him alone, pretty much.
He is just he's I can't with him. Him and
Cent.
no.
Ugh. Like, but anyways, guys.
Yeah, we were just going on too many tangents.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know where we were at one point.
As per usual, like. Sorry, guys.
But thank you for joining in on our conversation.
Thank you for being here again with us for another episode, another week. We've had a blast. Join us again.
It's been fun.
Yes.
Like usually, you can follow us on our socials. Personal social for me is KERR__. And Moretz is at
_XII_IV on Instagram and BRITELIPLOVE on Twitter.
as well as you can follow our page for our podcast, which is Youngish and _ on Instagram, and on Twitter it's just Youngish and also you can email us at youngishandand@gmail.com. And I hope you missed that lisp that I did. And have yourself a great night.
Bye, guys. Have a good night. Take care. Bye.